Hi there. I'd like to talk to you about my new book, Pips and Pipping. What does that mean? It's got a picture of an apple with some tiny pips on the front. Well, that's the whole point of the metaphor, in fact. The pips or pipping phenomenon that I write about is a supernoetics expression for when a person is crushed or made smaller. You know, they're belittled. It can take place with bullying or aggression or those things. But there's one very key precept that you have to get hold of, which is the person is doing it to themselves. Yes, there are a lot of bullies out there. There are a lot of bossy, not so nice, aggressive people. But to the degree that you let them affect you, then they do affect you. And there is a technique, which is what this book is about. I'll share it with you, that enables you to disconnect from all these influences so that you don't feel crushed and downtrodden. It doesn't matter how strong or powerful the people appeared to be that did this to you. Ultimately, the moment of distress is the moment at which you choose to let yourself be put down. And that opens the door. That's magic. You see, all the philosophies and psychologies and techniques and counseling is all based around the fact that if the person is a bastard, that's your problem. They were nasty to you and you're a poor suffering victim. Wasn't he awful, those terrible things he did or she did? And that's supposed to be the answer. But of course it doesn't lead to an answer. It just leads to you being a victim. Doesn't actually cure people even. I've heard people going around saying, I'm an abuse survivor. That's their calling card. Hello, my name's Samantha. I'm an abuse survivor, in the first sentence. Why would you want to boast about something like that? It's being crushed and made smaller, and it's your fault. You did it to yourself, not the abuser, or at least the way you stand up to the abuser, I should say. You did not cause the abuser to do things to you, except in very unusual psychological dynamics, but mostly it's younger children that have little or no choice. But there is a pathway out of this trap. It's unpipping, if you like. Now, I got this technique from a very dear friend from Denmark called Per Schiottz. He's no longer with us. He died just late last year. A big tragedy. He was a great humanitarian man, and he came up with these concepts, and he invented what he called freedom tools, and I think that says it very nicely. It's tools. It is things that you do. They're techniques, they're mechanisms that you employ, just like like cutting tools and carving tools and shaping tools and things like that. Mechanical tools, but these are mental tools, if you like, that lead to freedom. And freedom, in his sense, the way Per meant it, was free from this malign influence that we call pipping. If you allow yourself to be pipped, then you become a pip. It's just a metaphor for some tiny little thing. Somebody else, I think, might use the term dots. Doesn't matter. We're talking about somebody who's making themselves smaller. And that's the absolute key to this mechanism. The person makes themselves smaller. And even if you were abused as a child and forced by adults, you've got a choice as soon as you get out of that influence that you can unpip yourself. You can regain your stature. And if you're going to carry it with you all your life, I'm sorry, but you're going to continue to be crushed and hurt. So that is still the moment of choice, and I want to show you that you can change this, you can fix this using Per Schiotz's freedom tools, as he called them, and this book, which is now released, it's on sale, you can get yourself a copy. It's not a long read, but it's absolutely startling what you will learn and how this is done, what the freedom tools are and how they work. Now, it's great if you're working with people, like your profession, your counseling, psychology, whatever. That's great. You'll find these tools enormously important. But if you're a lay person who's been subject to this influence, you can do quite a lot of this for yourself. If you read and understand what's in this book and apply it, life can change totally. You can become a new person and life take on a whole interesting direction. Okay, I thought you'd like to know about that. There'll be some more videos explaining and unfolding how we do it, but that's my introduction to Pips and Pipping. Thank you.